Welcome to Season 3 of the Knack for Business podcast. Over 350 episodes strong, we're here to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit with fresh insights, networking gems, and creative strategies that elevate your game.
Question for the audience. How do you build something that makes money and makes a difference? That's the core question our guest is here to answer. Mark shares how he helps entrepreneurs, small businesses, and even charities create sustainable wealth with purpose. You'll hear practical strategies for building self-sufficient organizations, how to align your business with impact, and why paying it forward isn't just good karma, it's good business. Our guest today is Mark Engstar, and the founder of Strangers Community. Mark is an internationally recognized wealth-making consultant, educator, and the founder of both Strangers Group and the not-for-profit Strangers Community. He brings powerful insights into wealth creation and entrepreneurship. Through Strangers Community, Mark empowers charities to become more self-sustaining by using innovative strategies and collaborative support. His work is driven by a passion for philanthropy and deep commitment to helping charitable organizations grow their community, grow their impact, while building financial independence. Mark's vision continues to inspire others to create meaningful, lasting change in the world. Mark, welcome. Good to have you here, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Benny.
Do you have a favorite quote or saying that you'd like to share all the way from New Zealand?
The Strangers Community, our motto is strangers helping strangers. Maybe we start there.
So what first inspired you to blend the business with the social impact through your Strangers Community?
I believe all charities need to be self-funding. From the outset, I made the Strangers Community very flexible in raising our own money. I realized it was important to help other charities, especially those starting out, do the same. So I set up my own social impact company, Strangers Group, to create other social impact companies to support the Strangers Community. My goal was always to help as many entrepreneurs as possible, to create a business hub for them. I have recently turned the Strangers Community into like your generational business administration team. So I think long term, and the goal is to bring business, wisdom, and wealth to your family. So we're going to help you to be able to do this using our platforms, our connections, my companies, the Strangers Community, to achieve this.
Was this isolated to New Zealand, or are you in New Zealand, Australia, or global? What's your reach in this space?
I've always been global. We started just before the COVID lockdown, and I had to go offshore anyway. I don't really even work in New Zealand yet. I'm just starting to reach out to other charities. A lot of the bigger charities that are very regulated, and most of them are not run by the actual founders. So I've found they're sitting on a soft job and they're regulated to be able to implement change as well. So it's a lot easier with me to work with the newer organizations. And I just started online, and I have been working mostly with a lot of African charities, but schools, orphanages, things like that. So that's where my heart is. I care about educating. I believe everyone should be educated. And I'm finding ways for everyone to become self-reliant. I've created the platforms where I can place these organizations, help to market for them, and guide them on their journey with us as their mentor and business partner.
So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking, I want to make an impact, what is the mindset shift that they have to have? Usually when you start up a business, you're going, okay, I'm making a product. Who's my client? How do we get it out to market? Make the business run, breathes, and lives. But the sustainability piece, the component of giving back to community, what does an entrepreneur have to do to adjust in their frame of reference or add to the mix?
To me, there's two types of people in the world, Bernie. I created two groups. The Strangers Group, which is my social impact creating company, and it cares about other communities and directly supports the Strangers Community. So I'm looking for people who care about the environment, who care about other people and want change. The other group I created is the snowballing group. Now, they are a group of people who only care about making money, and that's fine. So to me, that's the two different types of people in the world. I am growing different companies, communities, etc., underneath those two groups. The snowballing entrepreneurs are giving a little bit back to communities and to social impact, supporting charities anyway without them realizing or caring. This is my way of reaching out and being able to touch everyone globally, I believe, because I want to help people from birth to beyond death. We're generational. That's what the Strangers community is about, helping you long term. And we're there to be your business partner and take care of your affairs. That's what we're doing. It's about helping you to set up a wealth-making fund for your children, say, grandparents be able to do it for their grandchildren. And we will, through compounding time and energy, create this for you.
So generational wealth, when I've heard this mentioned in other contexts, usually like a real estate investment, someone says, listen, you acquire properties and the goal is retirement, et cetera. Once it's beyond retirement and you have offspring or family, that you'll sustain them too. Is that the same concept then for generational wealth, except it's not the offspring, but it's the charity or the global purpose?
I teach people how to make multiple streams of income. That's what I do. And so I am actually an ex-property developer for myself as well, and spent years doing that. That's one of my skills. I will be taking out charity to do that in the near future too. So I am thinking, how do we make money in multiple ways? And yes, property is a great one. But also, if you look at the biggest wealth creators throughout time and the biggest right now, they've all done it through being entrepreneurs, through their businesses. You are becoming a shareholder in these businesses, and I'm offering you, the Strangers Group, for example, is going to show value and give you value and benefits like I believe has never been seen before when you work with the Strangers Group, because you're working generational. And I open up the Strangers Group organization, everything underneath the snowballing group, all those companies, the Strangers community, your generational administration team, and all the benefits that come with it. Yeah, I'm just here to change the way business is done. And it's my twist on capitalism, giving back and giving back sooner. Instead of making your money first and then thinking about giving to charity, we're doing it from the very go.
So wealth making consultant versus financial coaching, what's the difference between the two? Like, you're a wealth making consultant coach, but versus, let's say, a guy that says, buy these mutual funds or these stocks or things like that.
I like to empower yourself and give you back the control instead of giving away your wealth to others to control. We give you the knowledge and the platforms, the ability to be able to control your own money, and we'll help you to create streams of income. Just as most millionaires today have, on average, 8 income streams happening, because you can't just rely on one or two. And it's all about compounding time as well and time of others. So I will show you how to do this with our systems. I take advantage of other people's business models that I have chosen to work with because they have a really good business model, the best product or service in that field. I have tapped and am working alongside them and have brought them into my operation.
So when the number of people you've encountered, what myths have they been operating on about building wealth? What balloons have you popped and going, no, that's not how it works. This is how it works. What are the ones you find?
A lot of people think they don't have the ability to do it, and they will trust other people with their money, which is giving away control. That's a big one. The other one is getting them to open their mind that there is other ways to be making money. And one of the first ones is making money on the side and having others to help you make money through time. So I'm about to create more of these videos. I've held a lot of this in until I've got my websites up and running, my offers there, so I can actually be the first one known to be actually talking about how I'm creating my systems and that, and people will be able to watch our videos from our YouTube channels and join and hit the ground running.
The whole concept of pay it forward, that a lot of different little tidbits of information show up in the media here in North America, where someone is doing something and they say, I'm giving to the person behind me in the line to a grocery store and so forth. How can a business leverage the pay it forward principle? Is it something you make a public fanfare about, or is it something you just say, hi, we do this? How does that come out for people to capitalize on that?
I believe it's about trusted connections, giving value first and helping people with their problems. Anyone's going to be grateful that you did that for them, however you look at it. So it's about giving yourself, and when people have realized what you have given them and how you have changed their lives, it might be just with some words, some wisdom shared, or a connection that they've given to you. Connections are very valuable, connecting people to the right people. It changes lives. That's what it's about. It's about helping people improve their lives.
So you talked about having multiple streams of revenue coming in. And is there, how many is enough? How many is too few from your experience?
I would say you need at least one different one a week, but I like to think at minimum 7, let's say 8, because you want a weekly income and a daily income. We also have monthly incomes and yearly incomes. I am staggering what I am doing with my different organizations and payment, so that you're always going to be having payments arrive. You'll be able to work your way up to keep investing in more if you choose to. It's about giving you choice. What do you want? I have the world's best patented diabetes product. I have the world's best superfood. I have what I believe is the world's best pain relief and healing product, natural product. Great healing patches. They all come with a minimum of one income as well. Plus, I have my Strangers Market, our e-commerce store, where we will help you sell your own products and services, courses, books in multiple languages, 200 countries. You can also earn money as a referral commission from selling from the Strangers Market. So you not only get to sell your own, you get to sell ours if you choose. You also will help you to grow a team underneath you with generational wealth as well, which you can pass on to your loved ones, an operating generational business that has your wellness products arriving to you every month, and they will be paid for as soon as possible. Not only the best products in the world, you will have an income coming with each of those products as well. So it's all about freeing up your time so that you can spend your life enjoying life, not working for others 40 hours a week. And if you are, you need to think about putting in an hour or 2 each day for something you're building for yourself on the side. But when you team with the Strangers community and that, where they're doing it with you or for you as well, because I have done for you or done with you opportunities. And they range from coming with the charity, coming in from free, no money in. All I'm going to do is point you to support another charity or one of the charities we've taken under our wing. We will work with you if you have no money, wherever you are in the world. I'm making it very open and doable. We can work with everyone.
When you have a couple of questions come to mind, if I'm a charity, let's say the kitty cats or a species, an animal, depending where you're at, do I then come to you and you provide an ability that, hey, people tend to buy product X, let's say it's coffee, or another attribute that it's consumable. Is that where you come along and you pair them up saying there's a product that you can sell where you get a percentage back, a revenue stream, and you just have to promote it within your charitable group? Is that the general idea then?
We're already selling coffee and blended types of coffee with fungus and other types as well through the different companies I am aligned with. You can have the choice to go directly in these companies and build yourself a business within the structure with our guidance. Also, by being a member with us, you will be able to sell it from our website and get your commission. It's about choice, what you want, or what you can afford, and what you want to work towards. I don't want to leave anyone behind. I thought about this for over 40 years before I started to take it online. I'm rather new to online myself, just the end of 2020. I wanted to challenge myself to go online, build businesses online, and I knew I had to be online to change things globally. And that's why I chose to start growing 2 different communities of 2 types of different people so that I can support them and offer them what I believe. For the last few years, I've been scouring the world to look for the best companies and the best products and services to go alongside and offer my own services and value.
So what other services? We just talked about a consumable, coffee, for example. What other services do you provide through your strangers community?
3-4 months ago, I bolted all my virtual assistants into your generational administration support team. We offer well-priced virtual assistants when you're working with the strangers community. This is generational as well. I open up all my companies to you. Some of the services, for example, you might want to create a course, not know how to. We can help you create courses, unlimited courses. You might want to write a book. We can help you to create a book and put it into 147 languages already and growing, and have those marketed for you. We will market it into 200 countries, and we will use our thousands and thousands of affiliate marketers to do that we already have, and plus the websites and my other platforms as well that I will help to market. I can help you quite often to do this at no cost to you. So I believe that's one powerful service the Strangers Educational Academy is offering. Coaching, right? You want to be a coach? We can help you to coach globally in one language simultaneously to 47 other languages at the moment and growing. We can help you to create membership communities, etc. We have the best software for doing this. We have fantastic AI tools available for you. Everything that you need for an entrepreneur to run his business, from creating video content, from creating your own avatar, speaking in every language. We have this available. Unlimited websites, hosting for you, and all that if you choose to work with us. This is what the Strangers community can bring to you.
Do you find that it's safe someone else in another country? Because you mentioned you're not managing charities inside New Zealand, but elsewhere. You set up services based in another continent, another country, and then it's hosted there. So let's say I'm here in Canada and I want to start a charity, or I have a charity, and now you're coming in to aid and abet me to grow it, sustain it, make it scalable, get larger. Do you now have a Canadian entity, or how's that structured?
I do plan to roll one out, a strangers community in each country in the future. I am working with other charities in New Zealand as well. It just hasn't been a big focus. What I am doing now is creating courses. I will create a course around this for nonprofits because it's something I care about. I will create a course and put it out there for the other nonprofits to have a template. The regulations are different in all the different countries. I am working with. This will be solved as we move forward. I have friends that have charities in all these other countries. I've chosen to help 40 of them globally to start with, that I am putting directly under my wing, and all the other charities will fall below these other 40, plus everyone else that joins my own personal strangers community super affiliate system. This knowledge will become available. That's my goal, to make that available and say, we're going to start creating all these courses and everything to make the knowledge available. I believe in doing things online. Those other operations are all brick and mortar, so to speak, in their own countries already. I have chosen to operate lightly at the moment. My whole team is all offshore. I have no one working for me in New Zealand at the moment. I will set up a bricks and mortar in New Zealand as well. My goal is to show people that you can create your own businesses and run your own businesses from your mobile phone and travel the world. I'm about to start traveling in the near future, and this is what I'm helping others to create.
So if someone wants to, they're listening to this podcast going, hey, I get it. How do they become a game changer or become part of a larger movement like yours?
Strangers communities on LinkedIn, Facebook. We will start promoting ourselves more and more. We're just finishing off our websites at the moment to draw the traffic to us, to be able to explain, to send you to our YouTube channels to listen. The Strangers community now, I am starting to interview all other charity leaders globally so that they can talk about their vision and mission. Part of one of my services that we grow people's YouTube channels. We grow all their social media sites using our virtual assistants. So that's something we specialize in as well. Grow our own YouTube channels. I'm also allowing people to promote themselves as entrepreneurs on certain channels. I have entertainment channels. I have my e-commerce channel where we'll promote your products and services. We'll do it from our website too, if you want. And I have my charities channel, the Strangers Community, as well, where I care about mental health, other wellness issues. I will interview experts and we'll put all that information up for our communities to be able to go and grab that information from and choose who they want to support. Yeah, that's hear other people's experiences and things like that, going through similar problems. And it's easier to learn a lot of things from other people than to have to keep suffering yourself.
So it sounds like you're in the process of scaling growth yourself, and you also help the entrepreneur that wants to give back to the community to also scale at the same time. You have multiple channels, e-commerce, asset management. How do you keep these things all aligned so that nothing gets ignored? It's almost like you have a garden but you have a variety of crops and you got to tend the crops. How do you manage that successfully like you've done so far?
I'm running 6 entities myself at the moment. I know that I can personally have one of those paying daily in the near future as well. So in the past, I had my own social media, people running each company, and I managed them. But I love multitasking myself, and I'm used to it as being a property developer, having multiple properties on the go and managing them as well. So I thrive on it, but my goal is to find a manager for each of my organizations. It was always my plan when I set things up to find the right manager, let them take over, and I work behind them. Everything I've created, I am creating for after my death. That's my legacy. It's never been about creating myself a job. I am like a consultant to each of my organizations, and I am pulling back, trying to separate myself from being the face of each organization so it doesn't look like I'm too spread. This is why I will run the Strangers Community, Strangers Group, till death. We'll choose someone to run the snowboarding group for me and my service investment company. I have my own VAs and team members in each of these companies. We will build this up, and the right manager will present themselves to me. I have a couple in mind for different organizations. I just need to build them, start with, and then hand them to run. That's where we're heading.
What's the number one trait you think an entrepreneur should have to be successful in their business as well as in the community?
I think they just need to be genuine and do it with passion. And I believe that's what will carry you through the hard times. It's also what people will see, and they'll realize that you're genuine and that you're not perfect and that they have faith to work with you, and you will gain that other experience that you don't have. You just action your dreams. To me, the universe will provide the solutions for you if you keep working daily on your goal.
Where can you get it, and what's it all about?
I'm just a co-author of about 10 of us that put a chapter together, and most of them are all business coaches. I call myself a consultant. I did it for the strangers community, for the non-profit, to be a little bit different in the book. It's on Amazon. I will be promoting it more myself. I did it as a challenge to myself because I was going through a manifesting workshop at the time on a course that I was doing. And one of the challenges was, hey, just think of something, do something out of the blue and see what you can do. So I was in another meeting. They were looking for some co-authors. You just had to find some money to be involved. I thought, wow, this is a challenge. I don't have any cash at the moment. I'll see if I can find that cash and put it towards this. These guys had done this before. So I knew that they had these systems in place. I was going to become a best-selling co-author and that. So I went and found the money. And from deciding that day to go and find the money to actually being recognized as a best-selling co-author, which was no dream of mine at all, was to be an author, in less than 4 months, from concept to challenging myself to do this, I was a best-selling co-author in 4 months, right? As a challenge to myself. And now my charity is always mentioned. I had my link in the book. It's a great plug for the strangers community and for myself as well. Being an author in a lot of people's minds carries a lot of weight as a profession. So I guess it's great for my resume. I don't go trying to find a job ever. I don't believe in working for others. I believe in being your own entrepreneur. And my goal is to create as many entrepreneurs, even if they're part-time entrepreneurs. That's what I believe in, taking control of your destiny, your future as well.
What's one lesson you wish you knew or you learned earlier that if you reflect back on your journey, which is the one thing you'd wish you'd learned sooner?
To be nicer to myself, to love myself, to not be so hard on myself. I'm one of those people that has always been mean to myself. And I just learned recently to start being nice to myself. If I had done that a lot sooner, I wouldn't have accumulated everything I accumulated years ago. I decided to walk away from all my lifestyle block, all my properties. I'd grown a really good property portfolio. And I had just decided I'd had enough of people. I'd had enough of my lady, all my friends. I just walked away from everything. I sold a few properties and went off to resorts to live in. I had cancer at the time too, just watched my brother die of cancer. And I thought I was going to die as well. So I sold a few properties and went off to die. At the same time, I worked on my health and that as well in these resorts, and took 10 years off. And 5 years ago, I decided it was time to get on with life, to do my dreams and honor my family that had died of cancer. And that's why I started the Strangers Community, to help the Cancer Society in New Zealand. My first vision was to give back on their behalf. And it just like snowballed from there. I'm a giver and I like to challenge myself. So I know that I can create opportunities to help others. And why not do it globally? If I can make capitalism kinder and have my twist to it, and the more entrepreneurs that I can educate, we're going to make a better world sooner. That's my vision.
Where do you see the strangers community and all the other correlated businesses being? Like, what do you anticipate in 5 years?
My goal is to be the strangers community self-reliant by the end of this year. Also, within 5 years, I believe we will have the largest community on the planet. And then we will start to be able to, through numbers and all the different connections that we have, I believe we'll be able to start bossing governments around, companies, governments, and be able to start through the numbers, I believe, influencing change. And like, I really care about our environment more than I care about people, but we have to change people and change the way they think and the way the systems are running to make a better world. And that's my goal, is to accelerate the healing of the planet, to lifting people's vibration. My goal is to help individuals realize why they were put here and to help them to grow their own souls. And my goal has always been to supply that knowledge and give them the time to enjoy life and not just work their life away. This is why I'm putting everything in place. So I thought about this for a long time, and it's taken me a long time to unwind all this because I teamed up with the wrong people to start with, which set me back years. So I've had to start again from nothing. So because of being involved with the wrong companies, people. And so I really can show people that you can do this from a shoestring, you can do this from nothing. And I'm walking the walk again. I just want to make it easier for people to get ahead sooner, to not have to suffer a lot of the hard experiences, because you don't need to if you're wise enough to learn from others that have already done that. It's the information age now, and being online, it's just so easy to help people achieve. So, yeah.
You have a role model that you look up to, a guiding light or star?
I guess there's a few, but if you get talk about capitalism and Elon Musk, what he's doing, I think a lot of people that change, they got their own weirdness, right? But he is doing things for the planet and for people are making a difference. His tentacles are quite well spread with a lot of what I see coming. Warren Buffett is quite impressive too, but it's the old ways of investing. But man, he's creating change with what he's doing with the battery. That's really awesome. What Bill Gates has done is good too. I like what some of the social impact guys are starting to do as well, and I want to be one of them myself.
So, Mark, if someone's listening to this podcast and they go, hey, I want to know more, how do they get a hold of you? How do they reach out?
I'm the only Mark Engstar on the planet, I believe. So I'm quite easy to find on social media. Track me down through the Strangers community or the Strangers group. I'm very easy to find on social media. You'll find me. I'll start promoting some of my all my websites pretty much have been updated at the moment. So I don't want to just give you out my one of those websites as well just yet. But that's the easiest way to find me, Mark Engstar.
I want to say thank you to Mark Engstar, Wayne Pratt, and you, the Knack for Business listeners. If you're starting a charity or you're working at charity or you're in a business, you want to be socially enterprising and help the community at large, reach out to Mark. He might have some solutions for you, and you can go from there.
To reach the podcast hosts, email them at info@creativeinsight.com or by the website creativeinsight.com, spelled KREATIVINSIGHT.com. To reach Wayne at his email, wayne@motive8u.ca, that is MOTIVE, the numeral 8 and the letter u.ca, or his website, motive8u.ca. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast and share your knowledge, let us know. We would also appreciate your feedback on the content or format. Check the show notes for more details. For these podcasts, we like to acknowledge the support and thanks to the following people. Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, a renowned podcast expert. Fred Crouch, who is the Property Wizard podcaster, where Bernie is a co-host. Jovan Strika from At Hive, a co-working space that is more than just a space. Then Melanie Weber, Bernie's invaluable business partner, and Wayne Pratt from Motive 8U Inc., who serves as both a coach and co-host of these podcasts. Disclaimer. Please note that the Knack for Business podcast episodes are meant solely for educational and general informational purposes. The information and opinions contained within are not intended to be professional advice on any subject matter. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the participants are their own personal beliefs and do not represent the views of the podcast hosts or any affiliated organizations. It is important to note that this podcast is not a replacement for consulting with certified experts in your area who possess knowledge of your unique situation. The hosts of the podcast, along with any participants or affiliated groups, do not take responsibility for any actions taken or not taken based on the information presented in this episode. It is highly recommended that individuals seek guidance from their own personal advisors in fields such as accounting, law, or other pertinent areas prior to undertaking any actions or making decisions that may impact their financial, legal, or other aspects of life.